Good morning, and again, thank you for viewing this service, which Alan Goto, Kyoko Okura Gibbs, Kathy Kumagai, Kathy Mikuni, Jeannie Toshima, and I are preparing for July 11th of 2021. This will be our observance of the July Shotsuki Hoyo, and also our Obon service. And I would like to begin and close the service with the reading of Renyo Shonin's letter on the white ashes. I will begin reading from the Japanese text. I will make my own remarks, and then I will close by reading from Reverend Dr. Tai Tetsuno's English language translation of this letter. So allow me to begin with the liturgical reading of the letter in Japanese. The Hakotsu no Sho. Sore, ningen no fusho naru so o tsura tsura kanzuru ni oyoso hakanaki mono wa kono yo no shichuju maboroshi no gotoku naru ichigo nari. Dareba imada manzai no ninjin no uketari toyu koto o kikazu issho sugiyasu shi今に至って誰か100年の業態を保つべきや我や先人や先日よとも知らず明日とも知らず遅れ先立つ人は元の雫末の梅雨よりも茂しと言えり誰ば明日には高岩あって夕べには箱となれるみなりすでに無常の風来たり濡ればすなわち二つの眼たちまちに閉じ一つの駅長く耐えぬれば湖岸虚しく返じて鳥の装いを失いぬるときは六神眷属集まって嘆き悲しめどもさらにその会あるべからずさてしもあるべきことならねばとて野外に多くて弱の煙となし果てぬればただ箱の溝のこれり哀れというもなかなか愚かなり誰ば人間の儚きことは老少不女の境なれば誰の人も早く五章の一大事を心にかけて阿弥陀仏深く頼みまいらせて念仏もすべきものなりあなかしこあなかしこNamo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And so first, please allow me to read the names of those whom we know have passed in the month of July. This is our Shotsuki Hoyo list for the month of July. Firstly, Arita Sachiko, Dehari Shigeko, Doi Takuichi, Domen Kazuyuki, Fujikawa Kiyo, Fujimoto Nobuo, Funada Eiji, Furumoto Doji, Goto Shigeo, Hamano Masashi, Hayashi Emiko, Hayashi Sasuke, Hirata Chinami, Inoue Theodore Ted Takao, Jofuku Yukitoshi, Kamon Matsujiro, Kawahara Toki, Kiho John, Kimura Kazue, Kodama Takao, Kosuge Nancy, Masai Dan, Masumoto Michi, Matsubara Daikichi, Morihiro Misako, Nagayama Hichiro, Naito Frank Keizuchi, Naito Imao, Naito Yukio, Nakamura Towa, Nakanishi Taratsugi, Nakatani Sayo, Nishimoto Yukio, Nishimura Roy Kazuo, Noda Masako, Ogura Nancy, Ogura Ukichi, Omokawa Kanichi, Oshita Matsuyo, Otani Tasaburo, Otani Ukimi, Sano Sadao, Sato Kiyokichi, Sato Toshi, Sera Nobuo, Severance Eugenia Marie, Shiba Jinosuke, Shigeishi James, Shimoda Mizu, Sugita Jiro, Sugasawara Tatsunosuke, Taguchi Gokichi, Tamura Kazumi, Tanaka E, Tokuda Okichi, Yamaguchi Yuri, Yamasaki Jokichi, Yamasaki Mitsuyo. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Busetsu Daimuryo Jukyo Sanbutsuge Kogen Gigi Ijin Mugoku Myode Enmyo Muyo Tosha Nichigatmani Shuko Enyo Kaishtonpe Yunyaku Jumoku Yorai Yogen Shotei Murin Shongaku Daion Toru Jippo Taimon Shojin Sammai Chie Itoku Muryo Shusho Keiyu Juntai Rennen Shobuten Hokai Gujin Jinno Kungo Gaitai Mumyo Yokunu Seison Yomu Ninno Shi Jintoku Muryo Fukun Kodai Shie Jinmyo Komyo Iso Shindo Daisen Ganga Sabutsu Taisho Ho Hado Shoji Nihu Geidaten Utei Joi Kainin Shojin Yode Sammai Chie Ijo Kose Tokubuten Kugyo Shigan Istai Kuku Issa Dayan Keshi Ubuten Takusen Nokuman Muryo Daisho Shunyon Godya Kuyo Isai Shito Shobuten Kunyo Gudo Tensho Fugyaku Kinyon Goja Shobuten Sekai Ufu Kage Mushu Setendo Komyo Shisho Enshi Shokoku Yode Shojin Ijin Nanryo Ryoga Sabutsu Kokudo Daichi Goshu Kimyo Dojo Chozaten Kokunyo Nayon Nimu Toso Gato Aimin Dodaten Isai Jipo Raisho Shinneten Shoujo Ito Gakoku Keiraku Unknown Kobuten Shinmyo Vega Shinsho Otsugan no Hi Ikisho Shoyoku, Jippo, Seison, Shie Muge, Shoryo Shison, Shiga Shingyo, Keiryo Shinshi, Shoku Dokuchu, Kagyo Shojin, Ninju Fuke, Namanabu, 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 Namanabu. Ganiya Shikudoku, Yodo Sei Isai, Don Monai Shin Ojio. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu. Well, thank you again. And this service this morning is dedicated to those who passed away in July of any year, who passed away within the last year in any month whatsoever. Combined July Shotsuki Hoyo and our yearly Obon service. Yesterday was our Hatsubon service, the first Obon season for families who have lost someone during the year. That service was invitation only, our Hatsubon service, invitation only. This service is cyber-based. When will we be back to normal? What is normal now? Will the COVID-19 virus still be virulent much longer? What about the Delta variant? It's just beginning to circulate, with perhaps new variants percolating out there for all we know. What is the new normal? Obon season, including this Obon service and some sort of Obon festival, must be part of our normal, new, old, or otherwise. The Pasadena Buddhist Temple cannot give up Obon. This, of course, is our Obon service, the Pasadena Buddhist Temple Obon service. And this service is partly devoted to a coping with loss, coping with our losses, part of the purpose of this service, as was yesterday's Hatsubon service, here to help us cope with our losses. But this service is also meant to be a celebration of your conviction of the existence of new and happy lives for your loved ones and my loved ones who have preceded us in passing on to a new life. Obon is a celebration of renewed and fulfilling lives for all, including ourselves, in the future. We are celebrating the fact that there are fulfilling lives for all of us in the future. And there is a possibility of a progressively more free living in the near future as all this comes to settle in for us. Once someone has made contact with this stream of Mahayana Buddhism, it becomes settled that their destiny will be a positive one. that it is irrevocably settled in one moment of acceptance, of appreciation, is a teaching specific to our school of Pure Land Mahayana Buddhism, the Jodo Shinshu school. And this very liberal and forgiving vision is the perspective of the enlightened heart and mind of the Buddha as we know them through his vows, through their vows. The enlightened and enlightening heart and mind of Amida Buddha is utterly inclusive. All the light of the Buddha wants from us is the slightest, even most momentary assent. From that point on, irrevocably, they include us in awakening, the Buddha and his bodhisattvas. So this is how and why folk dances became associated with the observation of Obon. I will not demonstrate folk dances today, but we feel like dancing when we are convinced of a bright future for our deceased mother, father, sister, brother, life partner. This morning, for this year's Obon service and July Shotsuki Hoyo, I want to emphasize this sense that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. This conviction that it's going to be okay for your mother, myself, yourself. It's going to be okay. This sensibility that the kindness extending into, settling into our lives just now must already be extending itself to our deceased loved ones. This sensibility may seem a little vague. Our trusting engagement with this and this reassurance that our tradition provides is based on thinking that's a little vague, a little general, but also very genuine. How can we be more precise about such things? It is a very genuine feeling that we come to have that for me, for example, my mother, my father, my deceased first wife, my grandmothers will be all right. For me, my mother has to be all right over there in her new life, over there, wherever that is, wherever those places are, whenever that time of her new life is, she has to be all right. Encountering this teaching of Amida Buddha's absolute acceptance of us, the Buddha's unwavering commitment to the well-being of ourselves, our family, and our friends, I come to be convinced that it will, in the long run, be all right. For my mother, for your mother, for us. That all will be well, and all will be well, and every manner of thing will be well. It was the concern of one of Shakyamuni Buddha's direct students, Mokuren, or Madhyayana. It was Mokuren's worry about his mother's well-being in her new life that became the foundation for this Obon season, for this Obon tradition. Telling that anecdote in briefest outline, Mokuren expressed his concern for his deceased mother to Shakyamuni Buddha. He was worried that his mother might be suffering in her new life. The Buddha's advice was to sponsor a banquet for the entire community. Mokuren sponsored such a banquet, and after engaging in this act of generosity, Mokuren came to feel convinced that actually his mother was all right in her new life after all. Just how the wheels of karma work here may elude us. This aspect of the story may be a little vague, fuzzy, indistinct, but the story is reliable. The hope is genuine. All will be well. The love I have for my deceased mother, the love she had for me, the caring that Amida Buddha has for my mother and your mother, for all of us, this is one great ball of light rolling through the universe. This is one great wheel of light rolling through the universes. Is it rolling, Bob? You bet it is. It's rolling right up to your door, this great wheel of light. The great wheel of light and caring is rolling right up to your mother's door, to my mother's door, wherever they are. The great wheel of light is rolling up to Mrs. Calabash's door, wherever she is. Inca dinka do. This is a simple message. I'm giving you a simple and a relatively brief message for this year, not an overly long or complex one. This tradition started with one of the historical Buddha's direct students, Mokuren, worrying about his mother's well-being in the next life. The Buddha's advice to Mokuren was essentially, stop thinking about yourself and your family and your mother and instead do for the others. This is good advice for all of us. I want to do good for others, but I can sure do it better. I can do good for others better when I'm not worried about my mother's destiny or my own. We can be calm and focused and useful to others when we all know that all will be well, and all will be well, and every manner of thing will be well. In closing, I will, as I said I would, read Renyo Shonin's letter on the white ashes. I'll read it in English this time. This is the translation by Reverend Dr. Taitetsuno. Forgive me as I thumb through my book to find it. Reading now the Hakotsu no Sho as translated by the late Reverend Dr. Taitetsuno. On the white ashes. As we deeply observe the transient form of human life, we realize that in this world, from the beginning to the end, what is momentary and passing is the illusory course of human life. Thus, we have not heard of anyone receiving human form which lasts for 10,000 years. The course of life ebbs very rapidly. Can a person preserve his or her body for 100 years at the present time? Not knowing whether death will come today or tomorrow, those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Therefore, in the morning we may have radiant health, and in the evening we may be white ashes. When the winds of uncertainty strike, our eyes are closed. When the last breath leaves our body, the healthy color of the face is transformed, and we lose the appearance of radiant life. Our loved ones may gather round and lament, but lamentation is to no avail. When such an event occurs, the body is sent into an open field and cremated, leaving only the white ashes. What a sad plight. Thus we see that what humans cannot control is the passing away of the young and the old alike. Therefore, we should all look to our future life and with deep reliance in Amida Buddha, repeat his holy name. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Be well. All will be well. Be well. Thank you.
月が出た出た月が出たよいよい三毛炭鉱の上に出たあんまり煙突が高いのでさぞや